Want to welcome you in now to Vadnais Heights, Minnesota. Joey Wright on the call with you here as we pick you up with about 7:10 to play in the first period, and nearly a shot on goal there for MSP White. Want to thank Al Peterson for running our camera there for the first portion of this game as I tended to but our setup on rink 2, getting the stream ready over there, but got you back now here on TCO Sports Gardens Rink 1, and I'll have you for the conclusion of this between Anaheim and Minneapolis St. Paul. Anaheim in the predominantly black uniforms, teal accents, a little bit of orange and silver and white on there too. MSP White in white, and they trail 2-0. MSP does. It's a lead for Anaheim, 6:53 left. As the puck is dropped, we are back underway. Want to thank Al Peterson and our entire crew here in Minnesota this weekend. Twin Cities, the 2020 Tradition NIT Tournament. And its final day as it's sent in by MSP. And Anaheim will get their first. An onside look. And Anaheim shovels it ahead. Now here's a look for Anaheim. Anaheim leading 2-0. Could make it 3 here, 1-on-1. Good defense, though. Nice job on the part of Grace Bickett to get back in time. Anaheim keeps it. Their possession continues. It's sticked away, though, and Anaheim is going to force the turnover. Now up, MSP goes. Pardon me, it was a turnover forced by MSP. And they turn one in front of the net. Good opportunity, but wasn't quite there. Now sent back, now sent in, and set up for Bickett. Bickett looking and finds Sammy Hankinson. Hankinson turns it over here. Going to be a chance for Anaheim. Anaheim looking and taking it in was Megan Martindam. Good look for Martindam, but it was turned aside. As MSP back on defense, 5:20 to play here in our first of 3 frames. Now sent in, pad save. Nice work there in the net. I want to say that's Lily Timmons, and it is in the goal. Nice work from Timmons there to pad that one away as Anaheim takes it up into the neutral zone. And brought in. Here's a look and a chance. Sticked aside. Timmons another save. As it's brought along now, and MSP sticks it over to the far boards. So they'll get a look. It was sent in, deflected. Deflected off the stick of Alexis Fields. As it's brought in and along, and MSP, the turnover. MSP with 2. They send it over, they send it in, and it's turned aside. Nice work. That's Ella Park in the net for Anaheim. And that's set in off the side of the net. Shot attempt that time from Mary Zavorel. And that was sent in. 19 in white. Had a look. Anaheim coming out playing very well here early on. Gloved and a face-off coming from Ella Park. 9:22 local time. Glad you're with us as we bring you live coverage of the 2020 Tradition NIT Tournament. Coming at you from 2 rinks this weekend. We are at the TCO Sports Garden, Vadnais Heights, Minnesota. Fogarty Ice Arena in Blaine, Minnesota. The alternate site also playing host to this tournament this weekend. As we've got you now, and here's MSP looking, and MSP is going to send it over. Now behind the net, and Liv LaRoche. And LaRoche poked it through there, now goes to mid-ice. Up and a chance. Blocked away by Anaheim. Good work there. I think that was Bryce Fleming that got in there and interrupted it. And now They'll kick it back, and it's Emma Tisevsky playing a role there for Anaheim as MSP tries to bring it up. Just joining us, we've got just a tick over 3 minutes left to play in the first period. 10-minute intermission coming up, 10 minutes or so that is, after this period. They'll come out and resurface the ice, and then we'll get back to it. It's a 2-0 lead for Anaheim. They scored early while I was setting things up on rink 2, so unfortunately can't really recap the goals for you, but they did get 2 across in the first 8 minutes or so of the period, and that's where we're at now with MSP trying to cut into that deficit as it's sent ahead now. Here's MSP. They'll fire one in and a glove save. Nicely done from Ella Park. Park, the only, one of 2 goaltenders listed on the roster for the Lady Ducks here in this one. Kat Reyes, 36 in black. The other one is sent in and gloved by Park. Another face-off coming up. Okay, turned aside. Brought ahead and brought along and sent in. Anaheim look to get it into the neutral zone. They will force MSP to reset things. 1:50 to play. MSP looking to send it ahead. And they will try. It's a look. Alyssa Antonakis had a look at it there. Chucked back in by Carly Humphrey and into the net, but not the net that MSP was aiming for, the netting behind the boards. We will have a face-off. As MSP will send some to the bench. 1:30 to play in the first frame. Glad you're with us. Vadnais Heights, Minnesota. Chilly weekend outside. It was chilly inside for most of the week. The heat is on now. Feels pretty good up here. And a power play coming for MSP as Alexis Fields is in the penalty box for 2 minutes. So a 5-on-4. That'll take us through the end of this period and into the second for about 45 seconds. Maybe a little bit less than that when we get into the second, but in any case, 1:10 left in the first, and it'll all be a player advantage for MSP. Sent back, and they'll head back and chase after it. Sammy Hankinson, 4 in white, sending it ahead. Sending it ahead to Antonakis. Pardon me, is Caitlin Ron. And Alexa Hanrahan are there in white, but it's chucked down the ice by Anaheim. Textbook penalty kill there, and they'll even send some pressure, maybe trying to get a chance at a shorthanded goal, but the main focus, of course, is killing the man advantage as it's brought in now off the board behind the net, behind the red line more accurately. Lexi Ace and Sammy Hankinson battling for it as 2 other players join the fray. Teammates, puck still against the boards, and it's rooted free by MSP. 15 seconds left. Can they get one in to end the period? It's brought in, turned away by an Anaheim defender, brought down. And 5 seconds left in the period. That'll probably do it. MSP is going to try for one more look. Brought into the neutral zone, flipped ahead. The buzzer sounds, and that's the first. 2-0 Anaheim as we close the first period. And MSP will have 24 seconds left of a power play when we begin the first period. So I'm Joey Wright. We'll take a break as our teams head to the locker room. They'll resurface the ice, and we'll come back for the second and third periods uninterrupted. Should take roughly 10 minutes, give or take a few, probably take a few if anything. They've gotten pretty good at it over the weekend as we are in the final day of this tournament. Take a break, and we will come back. You're watching the Tradition NIT Tournament from Vadnais Heights, Minnesota, and the TCO Sports Garden. Stay with us.
you just go right along and I'd be tongue-tied.
Oh man, thank you.
But I guess that's your job, right?
Well, it is. And hockey is not my primary sport.
No?
Yeah, this is really my first major experience with hockey. I've done plenty of basketball, plenty of football, and baseball. And hockey, it's been a great weekend. I love the sport. It's like kind of doing some podcasting.
Nice.
They're funny.
Go.
And a warm welcome back to you on what is actually a pretty warm morning here inside the TCO Sports Garden, Vadnais Heights, Minnesota. The heat is on in here for the first time this weekend, and it's feeling pretty good from our broadcast pavilion up here overlooking the ice on rink number 1, where we have a 2-0 lead for the Anaheim Lady Ducks U16 club. They are leading MSP White 2-0. As I said here, entering the second period, so we'll see how it all transpires. These MSP teams have been stellar all weekend long. And a great opportunity for Anaheim to score a big victory a couple thousand miles away from their home in Orange County. Face-off forthcoming, and we're back underway. 15 minutes on the board, about 25 seconds left in a power play opportunity for MSP. See if they can make the most of it. It's Alexis Fields in the box here, still serving time from a penalty late in the first. It's in the offensive zone now for MSP. And just a brief refresher, MSP in white, Anaheim in the predominantly black sets. Here's a shot in front of the net, turned away by Anaheim, and they'll push it back here. And a good chance for Anaheim coming off the power play into the game, going around, and a nice save from Lily Timmons. Timmons comes up clutch to start the second. Anaheim back to full strength. We'll recap that in a second. Still going at it in the neutral zone. Both teams fighting for possession in front of these scorers. And Anaheim will now come away with it. They'll shovel it in and along the boards. What happened there a moment ago, as we kind of reset things, Ella Brodsky came out from the bench and just came out at the right time, got the puck, and it was a breakaway opportunity. Timmons comes up clutch, and those are the saves you need to make as you look to overcome a 2-0 deficit. 13:30 left. The middle period here of 3. Playing 3 15-minute periods here at the NIT tournament brought to you by Tradition Companies. I only say that because some of these travel tournaments can vary a little bit in terms of structure. Pretty standard fare here for us today as Anaheim tries to work it in front of the net. MSP did a good job of getting there and negating the opportunity as we work the neutral zone, and Anaheim's going to try to set things up again. They've been making Timmons work here. We're early in the second period, 13 minutes to play. Anaheim with a 2-goal advantage here, and Timmons got the pads down, made the save. Again, a 2-0 lead for Anaheim. So it goes back behind the Anaheim goal, and they'll try to reset something here, and MSP will look for a chance to spark something near their offensive zone in the neutral zone now. And it's brought backwards. So MSP will recalibrate, relock, and reload here. 12:10 to play, second period, and it's sent behind the Anaheim net. First there is Alexa Hanrahan. And it's now fired in by Bickett. Good chance for MSP. They're onside, looking, and it's a pad save. Well done from Park. Ella Park tending the nets today for the Lady Ducks. Offensive zone, and now they work it onside. Anaheim does. It's sent in and sent along on its way by Reese Namella. Apologies, folks, again for any mispronunciations here as we work the third day of our tournament. I'm sure there have been a few along the way, and I do apologize. 11:15, P2 sent ahead in front of the net. There was no open lane, and MSP forced to send it out to the right and reset things here. Now they'll try to get it inside, working, slipping, puck loose in front of the net. Could be an opportunity as Park gets the pad down and makes the save. Wonderful job. Ella Park has made a couple of nice saves to this point in this one. 10:50. As Anaheim sends it back into its own zone. MSP will give chase, and we'll see if Minneapolis St. Paul ups the aggression factor here. Down 2, and it's chipped up for Park right in the breadbasket, gloves it and makes the save. We'll see if MSP increases the aggression factor here. Anaheim has had some looks. MSP has had some good looks to this point in the second period, but down 2-0. You've got to walk a fine line at this point if you're in this situation for Minneapolis St. Paul. If you're too aggressive, you can set up inadvertently more scoring chances for Anaheim, and that lead could grow beyond 2 to 3-4. Snowball on to 5 and 6 as Anaheim works it into the zone, and a nice pad save from Timmons. Fired back in by Anaheim, wide, as we pan the camera over there. About where it wound up landing, hit the glass, fell to the ice. If you're too aggressive, you can wind up giving Anaheim chances. If you're too conservative, you might not be able to create those opportunities for yourself to get those goals back. Only takes 2 good looks, though. See how it all pans out. Here's Anaheim. Anaheim with numbers. Dish over to the far side. A little bit wide. 9:40 to play, period 2. At the point, Anaheim tried to send it in. MSP was there. No Lady Ducks in the vicinity, and some physical play along the boards here as MSP gets it into the offensive end. Anaheim first to get it along the boards. 9:20 to play, period 2. So still a little bit over half of our game left as it's MSP trying to work it. Now MSP will try to shovel it in. Anaheim taps it back. We'll see who wins the race to get it along the boards. It is MSP and Grace Bickett, the first to get there. Believe that's Bickett. No, pardon me, it's Lily Ramirez. Ayton White takes it onside, and an onside look for MSP. Here's a slapper. Deflected away by Park. Lauren Zawoski here for MSP as it heads right in front of the penalty box. Vacated right now. No MSP players residing in it, and here's a look! And what a glove save from Park! Park had to slide to the camera's right, and it's tough to tell whether that would have clanked off the iron. Maybe it would have had enough to sneak in. Maybe it would have gone wide, but nevertheless, what an effort from Park. Slid over and made a brilliant glove save. Comes with 8:31 to play in the second period, a 2-0 game. Face off to Anaheim as they try to get it out of their zone. MSP is there as well as Anaheim, and they'll root for it along the boards. MSP sends one in. Nice shot, pardon me, from Ellie Chapman. Chapman got one in on the net, and another save from Park. Don't have shots on goal available to us here. But you've got to figure that MSP has controlled that category as we're now well into the second period, just about halfway through at 8:15 to play. 2-0 again is our score. The action really ramping up here. Popped up, and it falls to the ice. Anaheim, the first team to get towards it, and it's sent along. MSP will have to hustle back, and they do to force an icing. Want to take a step back away from the game itself real quick and just look at this uniform matchup, and I was thinking about this to myself. We look at the Anaheim Ducks NHL franchise. They've had a rich uniform history, a lot of design cues from which to draw on. The Lady Ducks here have taken the current Ducks logo and adapted it, added an L, and they've got some of the orange there as there's a shot on goal from MSP. But then, of course, you go back to the Mighty Ducks era with the teal and the silver. No eggplant on the uniforms here today, which is a little bit disappointing, but they've taken the teal and some design cues from that era as well. There's a shot on goal, save from Park, got the pad down. And one more note, I think that's the original design that the Mighty Ducks at the time used when they entered the league in the 90s. Now they use a bit of a more swooping design as that's sticked away from the net by Park, but a little bit more vertical at that point as Park makes another brilliant save. 7 minutes left to play here in period number 2. And Ella Park, I would say, she's got to be the player of the second period. As here's a chance for Anaheim. Anaheim looking at a brilliant pad save from Timmons. Timmons makes a nice stop, and those are the saves that you've got to make on the other end with a 2-goal deficit. Icing the call. Great goaltending here in Vadnais Heights. And Anaheim will have an offensive zone faceoff with 6:44 to play in P2. Puck dropped and the faceoff won by MSP. They get to it. It's Carly Humphrey. Humphrey sending it back, and there's a quick shot from Anaheim. Ricochets back to the Lady Ducks, and they'll set it up. Not if MSP has to say anything about it. Into the neutral zone, and maybe a chance for MSP White. It's sticked away. Good defense from Miranda Ponzagloni as MSP gets it back. And a shot high from Grace Sedura. Addison Finn for MSP White dumps it in along the boards, and it looks like, well, it looked to me like Anaheim was going to win the race to it, but MSP got it back, and Addison Finn, and Humphrey sends it in. And it's a battle for it in front of the MSP bench. Now back and controlled by Finn. Finn sends it ahead. And that'll give Anaheim a chance to shoot it along the boards. Try to reset here. MSP's able to get it. MSP at the point, looking, firing in. No dice that time from Sedura, but a good look. And a look on the other end from Anaheim. Here's an opportunity, encroaching upon the net. And a goal for the Lady Ducks. They'll take a 3-0 lead. Play went off to the left of the net relative to the camera. Over to the far side and cleaning it up. Counted as a goal for Ava Gartsky. Gartsky, a beautiful goal, past Timmons. And Timmons has been playing well as well. You know, we've highlighted the play of Ella Park in the net for Anaheim, but Timmons has put together a solid second period, made some great saves. Credit to Gartsky for firing that one past her. And when you've got goaltender play like this, as I was just getting ready to say, you've got to catch them off guard. You've got to do something that they aren't expecting, as there's a shot deflected and straight back. Change in the net for Anaheim. It's Kat Reyes in the goal now, so see what Reyes can do. Reyes 36 in black as opposed to Park's jersey number 50. And brought in ahead. Anaheim kept it in the neutral zone for a moment. MSP with an onside opportunity. Wide of the net on that end, and Anaheim shovels it in. 4:25 to play, second period. It is a 3-0 lead for the Anaheim Lady Ducks. U16 squad, if you're just joining us, here's a look for MSP. Trailing by 3, they fire one in. And a pad save. Anaheim was there for the deflection. Could have been dangerous if they weren't. 4:10 to play, and it's sent in. Centered up. MSP can't knock it in. And it goes back. Sammy Hankinson fires and lets her teammates try and do something with. That was a pass, a nice one intended for Rachel Agerter, and a chance for Anaheim on the other end, poked away by Hankinson. Popped up. That would have been a good look for MSP. It's gloved down by Anaheim. Pardon me, it would have been a good look for Anaheim, and it was. Gloved down. They just couldn't find the right opportunity. Gloved by Reyes, and she'll kick it to Sarah Peterson, and Peterson will set up the Lady Ducks offense. 3:25 to go in the second period. And MSP trying to fire it in. That's Lauren Zawoski. Perhaps Zawoski again, folks. Apologies for any mispronunciations today or throughout the weekend. Certainly not fair to the players when we do flub a name, but we do the best we can. 3 minutes here to play in the second. MSP behind the net. And it's Hankinson. Hankinson setting it up for Zawoski, and a glove save. So Kat Reyes playing pretty well here in the net. Reyes and Park, who we've talked about, the two goaltenders listed on this Lady Ducks roster. Lady Ducks leading 3-0 against a very talented MSP squad. Minneapolis-St. Paul, you know, when you think of the Twin Cities area and even the state of Minnesota, you think hockey. As Reyes turns one aside there, battling behind the net. This team, MSP White, the other MSP teams, and the teams from around the area, very strong all weekend long. Anaheim with a good showing. 2:30 and ticking. MSP trying to set it up. Zawoski was centered in front of the net, but pass just a little bit wide. And this could be a good opportunity here. MSP firing, and a glove save. That was fired right into the glove of Reyes. And a great shot that was. I believe that was Ellie Chapman who fired that one in. Chapman right at the glove, and an easy save to make with 2:17 to play. Although I say easy. Easy from here, probably less so when that puck's coming at you at highway speeds. Now back in and in front of the blue line. MSP keeps it onside, but it's shoveled right to Anaheim, and Anaheim says, no, we're going to take it into our zone. Here's a look. Here's a good pass. Far side of the net, and Timmons was on guard, but had no need. As I want to apologize, that Sarah Peterson is in the goal for MSP White now, so it's no longer Timmons, but Peterson, and Peterson was on guard for that one, but thanks to the defense, had no need to react. Minute 35 left to play here, P2. Anaheim along the glass, glove down by MSP, fired in, deflected. Shallow of the net there on the far side, gloved by Finn. And a whistle is blown. We will have a face-off. Face-off comes with 1:22 to play here in period number 2. Joey Wright in with you as we work the final day of the 2020 Tradition NIT Tournament. Glad to have you with us. You are watching Rink 1 at the TCO Sports Garden in Vadnais Heights, Minnesota. And if I had $1 for every time that I said Vadnais Heights this weekend, I have quite a few dollars. Playing host to one of our rinks here in this tournament as MSP skates it in. Minute left. And they have a look here far side, and Reyes scooted over, got herself in a position, but I believe it was her defender that knocked it away. Good action here in front of the net and in the offensive zone. MSP has had several opportunities, and it is a testament to the play of Reyes. As there's a look and another save. And as I say, folks, you know, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but Kat Reyes and Ella Park, they have teamed up to pitch a phenomenal game thus far. 3-0, favoring the Lady Ducks, and it is not for lack of opportunity. MSP, especially in this second period, they've gotten some stellar looks at that red iron in the net behind it. Anaheim wins the faceoff. 25 seconds left. Second period. The third period coming up, and it'll be a much briefer intermission between the two. 15 seconds left. Anaheim watches it go into the neutral zone, and a chance for MSP. 2-on-1, could be a look, but it's knocked away. Good defense. 6 seconds left. 5-4 along the boards. It's going to be tough for either side to root it out, and that's how the second period will end. I want to go back to that deflection. Great defense from Bryce Fleming, 58 for Anaheim. Prevented what would have been a pretty solid 2-on-1 look there for MSP White. Going to take just the briefest of breaks here to catch my breath. Third period coming up in just about 55 seconds. A brief intermission. Don't flip the tab. Coming back with more hockey for you. Period 3, a good one between the Anaheim Lady Ducks and MSP White in just a few moments. Got you back now. 10 seconds left in the second intermission as we prepare for the third period. Anaheim Lady Ducks U16 and MSP White U16. It's been a great game in front of us here. Great play from the goaltenders on both sides is the major headline. It's 3-0 favoring Anaheim as we start the third and final frame. Worth noting here before we get things kicked off is that no matter what, this will be the final frame of play here. No overtime at the 2020 Tradition NIT tournament. So win, lose, or draw, this is it. We'll see if MSP White can knock in 3 goals. A tall order, but a doable one. We've seen pretty miraculous comebacks all throughout the weekend. And at this point, 15 minutes left, I don't even know if you could call it miraculous. More so than just a standard comeback. But they'll need to get to work. Glad you're with us. It's 10:03 local time here in Vadnais Heights, Minnesota, suburb of the Twin Cities. Glad you're with us watching hockey as you ponder who to start in fantasy football this week. Maybe plan out a grocery list. Whatever your Sunday morning may look like, we're glad you're spending part of it with us. Puck is dropped and fired in already and gloved by Reyes. Reyes will hold it for the face-off. Sunday morning hockey, tough to beat. Just got a notification on my phone, an app I have. Helps me with meal planning. It's time to plan my meals for the week, and that'll have to wait. I've watched some hungry goaltenders gobble up some shots throughout the morning here. About 14:40 left to play as Anaheim works it in the defensive zone. See if they can shovel it out. And they will. They'll get a look here. And bringing it ahead, Mia Catalano. Catalano flips it back. And a look just wide of the net from Julia Vicente. So 14:20 to play. And there's one rooted back. That was a pretty solid look from Catalano. Don't even think she was facing the net as she flicked it back, and that's what I talked about earlier. Key here, especially for MSP, is they get one near the net and another great save. Key for MSP is going to be catching the goaltenders here off guard. Reyes was ready for that one. And a whistle and a face-off. MSP will rotate them through. Ryan Wright to the bench. Alexa Hanrahan to the bench as well. And looking at who's out there for Minneapolis St. Paul, I see Liv LaRoche. I see Lily Ramirez. Lauren Zawoski is out there. And I see Ellie Chapman, and the other player is, well, we'll get to that in just a second. Oh, well, no, it's a power play opportunity for MSP, so they have 5 as opposed to the 4 for Anaheim. And on the bench in the penalty box for the Lady Ducks right now is Alexis Fields. Second time she's been in there today, if I'm not mistaken, and it's brought along the far side boards the neutral zone, right in front of the camera here. as we see an onside opportunity. Could this be it for MSP as they work through the first 30 seconds of the power play? 90 seconds left within it. 13-15 on the board, and Anaheim is going to get a breakaway opportunity while shorthanded here. Let's see. Good save, and rooted away. Peterson got down, made the save, and that's how quickly things can change, even on a power play. As it's brought on here for MSP. Here's a look at the net. Save from Reyes. It was Chapman who fired it off the pad there. 12:50 third period. Madison Finn for MSP. Brought back, and it's going to be Caitlin Ron behind the net. Flips it ahead to Antonakis. And Antonakis, right side. Gloved and covered. We'll have a face-off with 12:27 left to play. 40 seconds left in the power play as Fields watches from the penalty box. Not sure what the call was there on that penalty, but she's going to watch as a spectator for about 40 more seconds. 12:27 to play, third period. So she'll be back at 11:47 if I'm not mistaken there. Shot at the point for MSP. Oh, they couldn't quite bring it in. Carly Humphrey was there, and Humphrey will stay there. Try and earn possession back. Successful in that endeavor as MSP has it, working on the near side of the goal relative to the camera. And it's Bickett. Bickett setting it in, patted away. MSP there to get the deflection first. Behind the net. Power play expires, and Fields with 11:47 back on the ice. MSP watching, and Carly Humphrey setting it in. Sent to the center. Nobody was home for MSP. Lauren Falzone was there for Anaheim, and MSP gets it back. One fired wide of the net. Antonakis was there, and they'll reset the offense. Now they'll fire one in, and in front of the net, Anaheim turns it away. They'll make a line change here as MSP working. They'll be able to get it onside here on the far side, but Anaheim's got a couple of fresh players on the ice. We'll see if they can stifle the opportunity. They do, and they might create an offensive opportunity for themselves as it's brought onside in the offensive zone. Tapped away by MSP. MSP defense, to their credit, they've been pretty good all day as a unit. Offense has been good too, but it's just been great goaltending and a couple of opportunities that haven't gone their way. The difference maker with 10:40 to play, third period. MSP has it in the offensive zone. They need 3 as Anaheim will bring it into the neutral zone and up. Scoring opportunity here, but it's poked away. Nice job by Bickett on the part of MSP. And we go behind the net, behind the red line, and Fields on the ice for Anaheim sends it in, patted away by Chapman. Peterson in the net for MSP. MSP gets it behind its own net right now, and it'll be Ryan Wright bringing it up. And sent in. And sent along. Anaheim from behind its own net. They get a stick on the puck, and they've got 2 offensive players heading up against 3 defenders here, bringing it in with a look. Pardon me, I believe that was Catalano. And here's a look in front of the net. Shot, save. Peterson with a nice save. Shot there coming in from Julia Vicente. Reset it for you real quick. 9:45 to play. Third period of action here. Final day of the NIT tournament. 3-0 our score, and it favors Anaheim. Anaheim and MSP ready for the faceoff. Puck is dropped, and the faceoff is won by MSP. Sent up along, and here's a chance. 2-on-1 for MSP White. Sent in, pass wide. And MSP gets it back, but it's in the neutral zone now. Pass was intended for Hanrahan, just went a little bit wide. Pass was from Sedura. Both have played well, just couldn't quite connect. And a missed opportunity there. 9:15 to play, third period. MSP sends it back. Clock is, you could argue, working against them now, but they've still got plenty of time as we hit the 9 minutes even mark in the third period. And if they can get that first goal back soon, it's anyone's game, but it's intercepted. Offensive zone look for Anaheim. Pass was, shot was shallow of the net. In that it missed on the near side. Here's a pass, and much like MSP did about a possession ago, that was just a bit off the mark. Would have been a good look had it connected. As the game speeds up a little bit, Anaheim chases it back. See who wins the race. Anaheim will, and they'll control it behind their own net. MSP brings some pressure here as Anaheim will take it up along the far boards. It's sent in, and MSP will win that race with relative ease. An icing call takes us to the other side of the ice with 8:15 to play. If you're MSP here, Minneapolis-St. Paul, you can't let the game speed up to the point where you're not playing your game anymore. You've got to execute. You've got to slow it down and get the right opportunity. You don't have a ton of time. 8:13 as the clock has yet to start, so that'll give them even a little bit more time. You've got some time to get some good looks at it. As look at a good look, near side boards into the offensive zone. Could be an opportunity. Good defense from Anaheim though to make it tough. It was sent in front of the net, but it was Anaheim home, and Fields brings it up. You see her there along the near side boards. Sent back and behind the net. Nice job from Finn. And sent in. Nice shot from Ron. Fielded and a nice save from Reyes. Haven't been doing the 3 stars all weekend long. I've mentioned in passing player of the game candidates, and you've got to figure Reyes combined with her teammate Park would have a good candidacy for a player of the game type award. Good defense though from Anaheim to support Reyes and Park. 7 minutes even left to play in the third. MSP behind its own net. And I wish we had access to the shots on goal category, and I want to see how that all is looking right now. As Anaheim wraps it around from behind its own net, tries to set up an offense, but MSP there for the turnover. And along the blue line, brought ahead, pad save, loose in front of the net, but it's Anaheim there first. Reagan Schluter sends it in. And a save from Reyes, 6:27 to play. Puck drop, face-off won by Anaheim. 6:20 to play here. Going after it is Antonakis for MSP. Sent back behind though. And now in front as it's Martindam for Anaheim. 6:05 and ticking. Next game on this rink, I believe, is scheduled for a 10:50 start. And then I'll have action on rink 2 for you at 11:20. My final game of the day, but as MSP works it behind the net, action all day long on our website and via YouTube. As there's a shot in, loose in front of the net. Reyes is going to glove it there. had a couple of defenders there to help her out. And that'll stop the clock with 5:38 in the third and final frame of this one. It's a sinking feeling if you're Minneapolis, St. Paul here. They've had looks. They've had great looks at the net, and then for one reason or another, they just haven't found the twine. Anaheim wins the faceoff. They bring it up and ahead. Up and ahead, pad save, now behind the net. And brought in, and MSP will take it at the point and dump it in from the neutral zone. They lose the race there. It's Anaheim shoveling it back, and MSP gets a look towards the net. And that was Humphrey looking for the redirect. Couldn't quite get it. And with 5 minutes even to play in the third, the clock starting to work against MSP. They're going to slow it down a little bit here and look for an opportunity. Now they try to fire it in. And looking inside, looking, is Catherine Hogue, pardon me, and she didn't quite have it. And Mary Zavoral giving chase for MSP. MSP trying to keep it on the other side of the blue line, and it's knocked with the skate by Humphrey. That might set up a good look here. Chopping in front of the net and digging. Ryan Wright tried to dig it in, but Reyes came up clutch. So an offensive zone faceoff coming up here for MSP. They've got it in front of the net at the point, deflected away, and this could be an opportunity for Anaheim here. But MSP's defense, credit to them, back in plenty of time, and it's Isla Rice-Camp winning the battle for MSP to get to the puck on the defensive end. 4 minutes to play. Minneapolis, St. Paul trying to dig into this lead. It's sent behind the net. Zavoral trying to go around. Anaheim pokes it loose. Humphrey there for MSP. And sent in. Good look from Ryan Wright. But as the story of the game has been, deflected away, and now Anaheim knocks it back. Rice-Camp looking to set something up, finds Zavoral. Zavoral, center ice, sending it in. And Martindam bringing it in for Anaheim. She is tripped up along with Caitlin Ron. They'll get up, no problem. 3:10 to play behind the MSP net. Fired in by Martindam as it kicks off the skate of Zavoral. Almost set up a chance for Anaheim. And Zavoral will bring it up along that near side, shoveled in. Zavoral didn't even cross the blue line, just wanted to fire it in to give her teammates a chance to get set defensively. And now it's Grace Bickett. Bickett battling along the boards. A couple of players there on both sides, and it's tapped up. This could be an opportunity for MSP. It's 1-on-2. And that was Grace Sedura, who just lost her balance there as it's sent behind the net. Play along the boards, gets physical, 2:20 to play. MSP with a shot, deflected away. Sammy Hankinson gets there, and that is a shot intended towards the goal, but it kicked off the jersey of Vicente, and there's a chance in front of the net. Loose in front of the net, digging, still loose. MSP comes out of it with it, and they kick it out. They'll try to reset. They send it over across the ice. It's Hankinson. Hankinson in, kicked off the pad of Reyes. Still loose, and MSP is going to get another chance at it. They'll reset again. 1:45 to play. Sent in, now behind the net. Behind the net, and it's Hanrahan. Hanrahan kicked it back to Sedura. Sedura fired it in, wide of the net. Some good looks here for MSP as they send in a shot, again wide of the net. But it's Sedura there in plenty of time. She gathers it back up, now behind the net, and she'll try to reset. MSP looking for a goal, minute 25 to play. Another shot turned wide of the net. Not sure if it deflected off anybody or not. Kept onside by MSP. Segura is there, 17 on 17 as she battles with Falzoni for Anaheim. They continue to battle in front of the net. And a whistle finally blown. We will have a face-off. See what the call is. And that'll be a penalty against Grace Segura, coming with 1:10 in the second period. That will end her game, the third period. And a timeout called by MSP. So Grace Segura is called for the penalty. And with 1:10 left in a 3-0 game, Ducks leading. That'll end it. Even if MSP were to mount an incredible charge and knock in 3 in the last minute 10, there is no overtime. So a tough way to see her game in. She played well. MSP, and you don't want to take anything away from Anaheim when you talk about situations like this, but MSP has had so many opportunities on the offensive end. You've got to figure if they could knock one in quick, they might have an outside chance at it. And in any sport that I call, whether it's football, basketball, whatever, when you talk about hockey, whatever the case may be, when you talk about one team needing 3 goals to come back and stage a miraculous, notable comeback, that takes something away from the other team. And the Ducks would essentially have to take everything they've done so well and stop doing that, which seems unlikely. They've played a great game and they've earned this 3-0 lead with a minute 10 left. But if MSP can fire one in with as many chances as they've had offensively, if they can just get into the head of Reyes and that defense a little bit, that might be all they need, because they've only been off by just an inch all game long. So again, a 3-0 lead, you figure the Ducks probably have it safe, but MSP might be able to do something out of the timeout. Puck is dropped. Here we go. 1 minute and 10 seconds left as we conclude this one. It's sent in. Good look here for MSP as they've got it in the neutral zone. They want to be careful. No offsides here. Sent in and a goal! They finally got one. Minneapolis St. Paul, Lauren Zawoski. 53 seconds left. It's 3-1, and you wonder, is that door open? Maybe just a little bit. 20 in white. Lauren Zawoski, maybe Zawoyski again, apologies for any mispronunciations. She finds the net as they get things squared away here for this faceoff. MSP down 2, 51 seconds left to play. Takes away a shutout from Reyes and Park. 45 seconds left as they've got it in their own defensive end. Set up for Anaheim in front of the net, and a nice save in front of the net by Peterson for MSP. So now 40 seconds left. Minneapolis St. Paul, this face-off from their defensive zone. They'll have to take it the length of the ice to knock number 2 in, and Anaheim will just look to close it out strong. It's been a great game for the Lady Ducks. As it's along the far side board. 25 seconds left for the Ducks as they pass it around. Almost a loose puck. Now goes back behind the MSP goal. And Zawoski has it up here, right in front of her own bench. 12 seconds left, now 10, and it's sent in by MSP. Down behind the Anaheim bench. They'll win the race there. It's Chapman looking, 2 seconds, 1 second, and that's how the game will end. The Anaheim Lady Ducks U16 club holds off a late charge from MSP White and wins it 3-1. And that was a short, I want to go back, I didn't even mention this at the time, but that was a shorthanded situation for MSP. I should have mentioned that. That was Segura in the penalty box. So they tacked that last goal on with 4 players on the ice as we've got stick taps. Mutual respect shown between these two teams. What a game, folks. That was so much fun to watch. Anaheim with a well-deserved 3-1 win, but both teams played outstandingly well. As MSP White's going to pose for a team picture, presumably their final game here of the tournament. So that's where we will leave it for you here. Next game on this rink, scheduled for 10:50, I believe, if you want to tune into that. And then my next game over on rink 2, that is an 11:20 start. So just under an hour from now. But until then, I'm Joey Wright. We thank you for tuning in to this presentation of the 2020 NIT tournament brought to you by Tradition Companies. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time.